Welcome to the Explainer. So, let me ask you something. Imagine getting a fine from your homeowners association for flying a flag in your own yard. Now, imagine taking them to court over it, and the entire case, everything, boils down to the meaning of a single, tiny, two-letter word. Well, that's not a hypothetical. That's exactly what happened in this story.
And this really gets to the heart of a classic neighborhood debate, right? Where do the community rules stop and your own property rights begin? For one family in Arizona, this wasn't just some academic question. It became a real-life fight.
You know, this whole thing didn't just blow up overnight. It actually started pretty calmly back in 2008 when the Steadman family got approval to put up a flagpole. But things took a turn a couple of years later when they decided to fly the Gadsden flag. That's when the violation notices started, then the fines, and pretty soon it was heading for a formal legal hearing.
Okay, so let's break down exactly how this all started. How did a simple flag in a backyard turn into such a huge legal battle?
The whole thing kicked off simply enough. The Esquire Village HOA saw that the Steadman family was flying the Gadsden flag. You know, the yellow one with the coiled snake that says, "Don't tread on me." The HOA said, "Nope, that's not on our approved list." And then, just like that, the fines started rolling in.
Now this is where the story gets really interesting. Because this entire fight didn't come down to opinions or neighborhood rules. It all came down to the very specific wording of a state law. And here's the crazy part. Both the Steadmans and the HOA were convinced that the exact same law proved they were the ones in the right.
So this is it. This is the exact text from the Arizona law they were all fighting about. It says pretty clearly that an HOA can't stop you from displaying certain flags, including an official or replica flag of a U.S. military branch. Seems straightforward, doesn't it? Well, as they were about to find out, not so much.
And boom, there it is, right there in those few words. The fines, the lawyers, the entire court case, it all hung on how you interpret that one little word, "and." Just two letters.
So with the law right there on the table, both sides dug in and prepared for a fight. It's fascinating to see how they built two completely different arguments based on the exact same sentence.
Okay, so the HOA's argument was basically this. The law only protects current official flags. They said they checked modern military manuals, and the Gadsden flag just wasn't listed. But the Steadmans fired back, saying, hold on, the flag was once an official flag of the Marine Corps, and more importantly, the law never ever uses the word current. And they came ready, with their own legal opinions, even bringing in support from the ACLU.
So after all the arguments were made, it all landed on the desk of one person, Administrative Law Judge Louis D. Kowal. Think about that. The fines, the flag, everything. It was all going to be decided by how he interpreted that one single word. And the verdict came in. The judge sided with the homeowners. The Steadmans won. The fines were thrown out. But the reason why they won is just a perfect lesson in how much a single word can completely change the game. Now, before we get into the judge's logic, we have to understand the legal standard he was using. This wasn't a criminal case. The Steadmans didn't have to prove their point beyond a reasonable doubt. They just had to show that their claim was more probable than not, basically that it was more likely true than false. And here's how the judge laid it all out, piece by piece. First, he pointed to the law. It says an official flag, not the official flag. That little word implies there could be many official flags, not just one. Second, he noted that the law says absolutely nothing about the flag needing to be current. That word just isn't in there. So since the Steadmans were able to show that it was more likely than not that the Gadsden flag was, at some point in history, an official Marine Corps flag, they met their burden. The HOA's entire case just crumbled.
So, with that reasoning clear, the judge didn't just say, you win. He issued a very specific, very clear order to set things right.
The order was a total victory for the Steadmans. The HOA had to cancel every single fine. They had to go into their records and completely wipe the violation clean. And, this is a big one, they had to pay the family back for the money it cost them just to file the case.
And that really puts a number on it. The HOA's misreading of the law ended up costing them. They were ordered to repay the $550 filing fee that the Steadmans had to spend just to defend their right to fly their flag. So what do we take away from all of this? Well, it's a huge reminder that in the language of the law, and maybe even in your own HOA's documents, every single word matters. The difference between an and the, or just the simple fact that the word current wasn't there, changed absolutely everything. And really, this whole story leaves us with a much bigger question to chew on. When does a community rule designed to keep things orderly become an overreach?
What's the right balance between neighborhood standards and an individual's rights? There's no easy answer to that one. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.